So Gypsy Rose Lifetime released the 30-second Gypsy Rose clip. Let's take a quick look at it.
A child is conceived within a marriage. The husband is the presumed father of that child.
I wish that she had gotten through this divorce process before this happened.
I'm labeled a loose woman, a hoe. I've already seen comments online of people saying that it should have been a condition of my parole to get my tubes tied. The test is less for the public and more for Ryan to say, hey dude, you're not the father, accept it and move on.
I just want to get my shame bell out. Shame. If I ever saw her, I swear to God, I would pull up on the phone the Cersei from Game of Thrones, and I would play it, and I would just scream shame, shame, shame. I would. I wouldn't want to do it. I would be embarrassed. I would, but I would do it, you guys. Like when Pink Pony went on that, went to the book signing and went in, I remember thinking, oh gosh, I wouldn't want to do that, but I'd have to. It's like when I would do the paranormal investigations, I'd be like, man, I don't want to run towards it, but I have to, right? So if you're covering it, you got to run towards it. And I would run straight towards her and let her know exactly how I feel, because I am a strong believer. And if you stay silent about something, then silent is a silent agreement. And I do not agree with anything about Gypsy Rose. I did see this. I found this article. Gypsy Rose Blanchard regrets saying ex-husband's D is fire. It haunts me to this day. More than a year ago, Gypsy Rose Blanchard left a comment on her then husband Ryan Anderson's Instagram post that included, "They jealous because you are rocking my world every night. Yeah, I said it. The D is fire." She says such cringe things too. Oh. On a recent episode of Radio Andy's Andy Cohen Live, Andy Cohen asked Gypsy if she regretted leaving that comment. I didn't know she was on Andy Cohen. "I regret it for the simple fact that it haunts me to this day. That just needs to go away," Gypsy said. When asked if the D was in fact fire or not, Gypsy responded, "I'm not commenting on that. We all need to move on." Gypsy, who is currently back with her ex-fiance Ken Urker, also gave Andy a breakdown of their relationship timeline. "We had a long history, so we first dated back in 2017 for 2 years. We had a 2-year history under our belt," she explained. "We separated for 4.5 years, and then I got married and moved on. I married Ryan, and then I came out of prison and just realized that it was not the marriage that I wanted, and so I filed for a divorce and then reconnected with Ken," which is not true. "And a month later, we got pregnant." That's not true. "It's kind of been a journey." Yeah. Okay. Okay, Gypsy Rose. Let's go into the journey of watching the, well, let's really quick. After this, we're going to go in and look at the 5-minute, Lifetime. But here we have Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-husband. Of course, Ryan's like shooting stuff back. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-husband accuses her of trying to sell pre-birth paternity test results, slams homewrecker boyfriend. So here he is, saying that the only reason that they did the pre-paternity test was to do a cash grab. So Ryan is going after Ken. But I'm sure he has been quiet now because Gypsy Rose probably said that when you go after Ken, you go after me and my baby, right? I can hear her saying these things. Like I said, I do put the links to everything that we view down in the YouTube show notes. I'll stop and start this, speed it up. But yeah, check down in the YouTube show notes if you want to watch it in its entirety.
Being the girl that murdered her mother. Since my incarceration, I have been keeping a secret. I am engaged.
Her story, just hit me. And I thought, gosh, she's cute.
Just don't want her first marriage, or probably only marriage, to end up in divorce.
You know my story. Are right, now let's see what I do with my life.
Gypsy Blanchard will be set free.
She's ready to go home to Louisiana with her husband.
You're free.
Every guy says I'm a dynamo. No, he's a dynamo.
You heard that?
We consummated our marriage.
You guys are funny tonight.
Do you want kids right away?
I mean, I want kids. I don't think that right away would be smart.
Okay.
Something happened though.
What? Are you pregnant?
So you're gonna get a nose job, you get your teeth done, and your hair is gonna change. You're not even gonna be my wife anymore. Like,
Even getting her teeth done, she is probably maybe going under twilight sleep. Definitely getting injections of stuff to relax her. I just don't.
I'm gonna be your wife. I'm just gonna look super.
I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here about Gypsy Rose, but I mean, what bullshit about her being medically abused.
hot. A lot of people felt I should have waited and getting married.
Yeah, checked in.
What?
Yes.
Ken was my first relationship that was long term. I loved him so much. I have to stay loyal to my marriage. What's gonna happen when Ryan and I have an argument?
Baby, that is revenue.
I don't care.
I get it. Christy has continued conversation with Ken.
You allow the door to open up. If something happens with Gypsy and Ken, it's going to be your fault.
She needed to know the real reason.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
You should have told her that, not you.
He's trying to weasel his way back in because now Gypsy's out of prison.
Everything will unfold as it should.
I'm getting married in prison.
So a lot of this 5-minute clip is actually old stuff. They're just in it. That's annoying.
Did I change the course of my fate?
Couldn't text him.
I'm just texting my sister, honey. Relax.
What?
Can
See, she's such a liar. She's a cheater and a liar, and you can't believe anything Gypsy Rose says. And how can you want to be with somebody that you can't believe anything they say? You would live in a constant state of confusion and wonder. And it would be like you would, I don't know. I couldn't live like that. My post-traumatic stress is too deep for anybody like that in my life. Ugh.
I have two men in my heart. I just don't know what to do. I just think that I would be happier somewhere else.
Well, don't call Ken. You're probably already talking to him anyway. I don't want to split up, but I mean, it's not up to me. It's never been up to me.
It's just something that you have to go through the rough stuff to get to where you belong.
Night, honey.
Hey, you.
I have to do it. It's gonna make me happy.
She wants a baby.
What?
I'm going to tell both of y'all, just wait, okay?
And it came back positive.
Okay. Well, who's the father?
So in the state of Louisiana,
You know it's bad when you show your husband the pee stick and he says, okay, so who's the father?
the law states that if a child is conceived within a marriage, the husband is the presumed father of that child.
I wish that she had gotten through this divorce process before this
All right.
happened.
I'm labeled.
Who is Ken to say that he wished that she had gotten through this divorce process? Ken, you did not have to have unprotected intercourse. You didn't have to do that. So what about wishing that you hadn't gotten with a married woman? How about that?
A loose woman.
And if the-
hoe. I've already seen.
If the label fits, you might as well just wear it, Gypsy. Well, that's what she's doing right here, right? They're both like, they're labeling her and she's wearing it. So, and I'm sure she's proud of it. Don't you think to a certain extent she's okay with all of this? You must be. You must be okay with all of this and still stay in the public eye, like not go away in shame. You must be okay with it.
Comments online of people saying that it should have been a condition of my parole to get my tubes tied.
I think that is a wonderful idea. I don't think Gypsy Rose should have been allowed to have a baby. She murdered someone. I think maybe those rights should be taken away from her.
The test is less.
Is it still the case that people that are incarcerated, they can't vote? I mean, at one point in our country, I know that their voting rights were taken away. So we'll take away their voting rights, but we won't take away their reproductive rights. Makes no sense.
Less for the public and more for Ryan to say, hey, dude, you're not the father. accept it and move on.
3, 2, 1.
Sharing my story of the beginning of motherhood is very important because I have something to prove. I have to prove that I'm going to be a better mother than what my mother was. Heartbeat with kick.
It's amazing to hear.
Yeah, this is your nanny. Give me a kick. I hope that they do not rush a marriage. Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you need to get married.
What if you were married before the baby was born? Does that change anything?
So we are in a stressful situation. You know, with us being in the public eye,
Right.
us being new parents.
I just didn't think we needed couples therapy.
There are times that I feel.
Do you think they're only going to couples therapy for the show? I think it's just for the show.
Really
They got to have them doing something. It's a reality show.
Okay. Just because, like, I know there's been a lot of change for him. Like I told him, I don't want him to stay because of the baby. I want him to.
I did not know that. See, I don't understand why Catherine B says, like, military folks get birth control if out on parole for a murder, 1 year on the birth control shot mandatory. It should have been. I mean, when I said it, I thought, well, maybe that's like taking away, like, against the constitutional rights. But it seems like when you commit crimes and you're caught, like, your constitutional rights get taken away anyway. So, don't they? Yeah, they do. I don't know why I'm so confused about that. But yes, I think that she shouldn't be allowed to reproduce, at least not at this point. I actually feel like she should have been. I feel like women that murder, if we're going to let them out, we should keep them longer so that they're older, so that their reproduction time. I know it's like women are getting pregnant in their 50s now, but generally, like, their reproductive days are over. Like, keep them for a longer period of time and release them when they can't reproduce.
Want this relationship to work. I'll have the paperwork for you to sign this week, meaning the divorce will be final soon.
Okay.
You know, I've lost my best friend. You know, not only my wife, my best friend. And that's what's hard.
I heard someone say today that, you know, the Ryan and Gypsy sign, I guess the light bulb burned a hole or burnt a thing in the wall. So now it's like burnt in the wall, Ryan and Gypsy. It's just horrible. It's funny, but it's horrible. And then I saw over Ken's bed, it says Ken and Gypsy. I mean, geez.
My fears and the challenges has everything to do about getting through parole successfully. There's a lot stacked against me. A lot of people want to see me fail. I deal with people reporting me to my PO, telling my parole officer lies about me. Let my baby be born in the free world. I think
she looks more pregnant in this intro, or this 5-minute whatever it is supposed to be. I think she looks pregnant in some of these.
Being born in captivity. I honestly feel like I've lived 10 years in the last year. All I can say is let me prove you wrong.
Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help.
Tell me I should go tonight, then I'll do my best to leave. But as fate has so decided now, I simply cannot find a way. Am I doomed to travel endless roads and spend my days and nights with broken things? I wish that I could kiss your